Thank you. And again, I'm very excited about being in Long Beach, and I'll be sworn in Saturday morning as the new chief. I've had the opportunity now to be able to get around with the city manager, to be able to meet community leaders throughout the city. This was another one of those meetings this morning, and a very productive one. Very thankful to our councilman, Robert Garcia, who set this up for us this morning, and look forward to developing the relationships and furthering them, and to be able to get to know the city that I've lived in for so long, to get it to know it from a different perspective, and to be able to serve it as well as we possibly can. So I look forward to working with the men and women of the Long Beach Police Department, and to work with all of the agencies that are in place throughout the city, trying to do a very difficult job in some very trying times relative to the budget, and do it as well as we can. And that's really going to come from the heart, because it's not going to be, you know, the toys, the things, the stuff, if you would, that'll get the job done. It's going to come from people working with people, the networking, building relationships, and then taking it to the next level, raising that bar, the expectations that we each put on each other, that we hold each other accountable for, to be able to get more from all of us, to make the community better, safer, and a better place to live. So I'm very, very much looking forward to the opportunity to get started officially on Saturday morning.
What do you think your biggest challenge is going to be as chief?
I think coming in the door, I think in any agency in the nation right now, it's the budget. It's trying to do more with less. It's trying to deal with all of the issues that we deal with in a major urban environment. Long Beach is a big city. You've got your crime issues, your gang issues, your counterterrorism issues. There's an awful lot on the plate right now, and in diminishing resources, an arena that we're dealing with, to be able to continue to provide service at the level that we're used to providing it is going to be that much more challenging. We're going to have to be that much more creative to be able to do the job as well as we have in the past with less resources, but we're committed to doing that. And again, that goes to raising the bar, to encouraging creativity, and to inviting others to the table to play a role that maybe they haven't played before. You know, we represent a small portion of the community, the police that are paid to do the job of public safety full-time. But it's not the job of the police, it's the job of the community, and everybody needs to step up. Everybody needs to feel that they're able to do that and be part of the solution. And if we all work together, we can get an awful lot done. If we don't, and you have divisiveness, and you have you know, all of the egos and the silos that we're so used to dealing with, then we have obstacles that we don't need to have. So we're hoping to reach out, bridge the gap, and as best we can bring people together towards a common goal. Laying out what that goal is, I think, will be the challenge in the short term, and getting people around the city to be able to buy in and feel included and being part of that solution.
And you said less resources in what area?
Across the board, pretty much. The budget of the police department, as you know, any organization is going to be, we're in year 2 or 3 of some tough times. We can anticipate that the next 2 years are going to be equally tough. And then we're hopeful to see some light after that, but again, that's all speculation and hope. You look at the budget of a police department is 85 to 90% personnel. You try and cut back on things as you can initially, the new cars, the equipment, the things that you rely on to do the job, and then it comes down to people. And the people issue is the hardest part of the business, and that's the most important part. Policing is and always will be a people business. And so once you start cutting from the budget, you're cutting into then your core part of the department, the personnel that do the job. So challenging times. We look to be able to do as much as we can. We're looking at overtime, strongly controlling overtime, controlling the things we can without having to do anything about you know, the things that you see done in other cities.
Sorry, like taking officers off the streets, is that something?
Yeah, my focus would be to keep as many officers on the streets as we possibly can. That's our primary point of service delivery. That's what the community's expectation is. But when you have diminishing resources and you leave, you know, officers on the street, you're taking them away from something else. So I mean, that's the balance that we all do, and that's what we try and come to as best we can, to strike that balance so that it's meeting the needs of what we have to meet every day.
Chief, just to follow up on that question, your predecessor, Chief Batts, urged the City Council to increase sworn staffing. Are you going to share that view and advocate it?
Well, certainly I don't think there's any police chief in America that's not going to say that they could do more with more bodies. But I'm also very sensitive to the fact that we are in tough budget times. The economy is very tight right now. We're going to do the best we can with what we have. We're going to continue to to leverage the resources, work with the community, work with community-based organizations as best we can. Certainly would I like to have more officers, I would. And down the road, I hope that we can do that in the short term rather than the long term. But again, I'm going to be sensitive to the needs of the city and the realities that we face. I mean, I could stand up here and say that, you know, we need X amount more and we need them tomorrow, but that's not realistic.
Do you think we do?
I don't know. I'm just getting on board Saturday, so I'll
But
have a better
you've been
idea
here
down the road.
but you lived here 14 years.
I have. And if you look at policing the western United States compared to the eastern part of the United States, there's no comparison in the amount of officers to population ratio. The public gets a lot of bang for their buck in the western United States, particularly in Southern California. So when I look at our ability to be able to do the job here effectively, efficiently, I think that we have good people working very hard every day, and I'll come in and look to get a read on where we are versus where we could be.